Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. This is Jasmine. I have a 9-card spread here for you. The messages are coming in quickly. The spirit guides are talking, giving me much information, so I have to do this quickly before I lose the information because it comes in and it goes out. This is about Trump's final thoughts and feelings, also about the last part of the election, the counting of the votes. I asked spirit guides why initially they had told me that Trump would win, and because I want an answer for that, because I did do a video on the Trump would win and they told me that he would. So I want an answer of why it swayed, the votes swayed, the counting system swayed. And the last video I did, the spirit guides talked to me about the energies that changed, but there is a reason why those energies changed, and they're giving me this reason today. I don't normally do my readings until nighttime because that's when my spirit guides come in and I have more time to talk to them, but today they are here with much information, so I have to get this out. Don't forget, this video is not made for kids. If you're under the age of 18, please click off now. It's your decision what you want to choose to believe. If you believe in tarot and psychic readings, then that's all good. If you don't, then go someplace else. I disabled the comments because I'm not going to put up with any bad comments on my page. I don't care. You know, really, if you have a bad opinion, you can take that someplace else. Okay, I've been a tarot card reader for 30 plus years. I've never had any complaints. And like I said before, I get my information from spirit guides, the cards, and my own psychic tarot, my own psychic abilities. Energies do change every day because of things that people do. And as they come up, the spirit guides give me reasons for it. They can see one thing one way one day, and then the next day it can totally change due to different energies that people do. All right, and I'm going to explain that to you in a minute. So the first card we're going to talk about is the Emperor. I asked about Trump's final thoughts and feelings. The Emperor represents Trump. He sees himself as a king, not just as the president, but as a king, as a ruler, as the ruler of the world. He has much power due to his money. He has, he's a millionaire, billionaire, and so that gives him the power that he needs. You see his holding his power stick here. Sorry, my camera's messing up. And so that shows the power that he feels that he has. Now, if you notice, the feet on this Emperor are stable. They're stable. And even though around the midst of things that happen to him, he still remains stable. He still knows that he is the king and is in control, whether he wins or loses the election. He still knows that he has the power to govern and do whatever he wants to do, basically. And he does. Don't get me wrong, I'm not for Trump and I'm not for Biden. I think they both are manipulative people. I never felt like Trump should be president, and if some of you hate me for that, then that's all right. You have the choice to choose whoever you want and feel whatever way you want, just like I do. All right? I see things that y'all don't normally see. Okay? And through the spiritual world, I can see beyond someone's just exterior person. I can see inside their mental state and what's in their heart as well. And some of you cannot do that. So I do know more about Trump than y'all do. All right. So hate me for that. Does not matter. But anyway, he is thinking about running for the next election. He will try to run again. But in the next one, I do see a younger person trying to run that could be a Democrat. Perhaps they might win. I can't tell you that yet. That might be related to Joe Biden. There was a lot of trickery in these votings on both sides, on his side and on Biden's side. Spirit is telling me that. I asked Spirit why. They told me Trump would win, and they said Trump was supposed to win. Trump was the winner, is the winner, should have been the winner. But then immediately after my video, there was some trickery done, and that's why Trump came back on TV and said that the people were cheating, blah, 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 which I didn't really care for that video. I don't feel like he should have did that, accusing the American people. I feel like he failed the American people in a lot of different ways. He's done some good and didn't, which all presidents do that anyway. All right, I'm going to explain the trickery in a few minutes. Now, we do have the strength. And remember, y'all, I'm in my description box. All this is alleged. I have to say the word alleged because this is just a tarot card reading, and this is alleged. Okay, so everything is in the description box as far as my fair use rights, copyright and fair use rights. Excuse me, I'm feeling a choking sensation. This is Trump gathering his strength now. You see, the lion represents the life coming in and roaring at him, just roaring at him. That's how he feels right now, that life is coming in roaring at him, but he is trying to shut the lion's mouth. Excuse me. Right now he is having a terrible choking sensation that I feel he is really hyperventilating and having a hard time breathing, not as like dying or anything like that, but he is in much anxiety. Only he will not show that to the world. He will maintain his strength and show that he is very powerful and can withstand anything, but I feel his energy. It is a choking anxiety feeling that is very overwhelming, and that is how he's feeling at the moment. He will get past this and through this because he is actually a very strong person on the inside, and he sees himself as the king of the world, actually. Let's get out of that energy. Now, here we have the Tower, which is a huge unexpected event. And this is what I was talking about. Spirit said that, and they're saying right now that Trump is the winner. Trump should have been the winner, and Trump was karmically meant to win. He was karmically meant to win. It should have been a win for him, but it didn't because of manipulation. There was much manipulation on both sides, but not only manipulation, there was spiritual manipulation as well. I'm hearing that there's someone in the White House that knows about these type of trickeries, voodoo trickeries, spells, and things like that, and there was much of that done to sway the votes. Now, believe it, don't believe it, doesn't matter to me. This is alleged. I got to say that again because this is YouTube and I have to use that word. But there was much trickery and on both ends, on his end and on Joe Biden's end as well. And I'm going to show you the cards that represent that. So this is an unexpected event which made the counting sway in the direction of Joe Biden. It should have been Trump. Spirit guides are saying it should have been Trump. That's why they initially told me it was Trump. But then after that, there was a lot of trickery done, which swayed the votes the other way, or the counting or whatever. And it was an unexpected event. Okay. Underneath that card fell the person that did it. But next comes the justice. So there was a huge injustice done. There is no justice for us. A lot of people are going to feel like there's justice because Joe Biden won, and then the Republicans are going to feel like there is no justice because they're going to feel like there was a lot of trickery. They can feel it, and there might be wars that break out, small riots, big riots. But from this point on, the energy is going to be bad for as far as rioting, vandalism. Just like I did say in my other video, there's a lot of that that's going to be going on. So be careful when you go out and about because there'll be a lot of violence breaking out due to this election and the results that came out. So there was no justice actually for anybody because either way there's going to be riots. So this stopped the Wheel of Fortune. Usually in the upright it is, Wheel of Fortune, good luck. So this stopped President Trump's luck as far as the presidency, as far as being in the White House. It just pretty much stopped his luck due to due to the votes being swayed the other way. Now, again, you can choose to believe this or not. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, I'm just telling you what spirit guides come in and say, and then they leave. All right, so again, here is the person. This is the Seven of Swords. This is the sneaky person that's in the White House. Very, very sneaky, manipulative. You see how he is stealing the swords? It could be a woman as well. I'm hearing spirit guides saying that it could be a woman as well. That is very sneaky, manipulative, stealing these swords. So these swords represent votes, stealing votes. And they're tiptoeing because they're looking back to see if anyone look at them. But they left evidence behind. They left evidence behind, and eventually that evidence will be found. But they did a lot of trickery. I'm hearing the word trickery and spells. A lot of spells that they know about, which enhanced the sway to go the other way. Excuse me. I'm getting choked up again due to the energy of these cards. Now, I'm going to move through this quickly before I lose the messages. This is the Hierophant, okay? In the reverse, the Hierophant represents unorthodox beliefs, spells, voodoo, witchery, trickery, being dishonest, and things like that. And that goes hand in hand with this one here. It fell right after this one. So there was that type of magic being done to sway the votes. Sway the votes. I keep hearing that over and over and over. Sway the votes. Spirit guide is saying that initially Trump was supposed to win. It was a karmic decision from above for him to win, because there was karmic lessons that he needed to learn. Okay, he needed to learn. But due to the trickery that was done, I call it trickery because I don't really want to say voodoo, but it all has to do with the same thing. Okay, all has to do with the same thing. So due to the trickery, it swayed the votes in the other direction, which brought the death card, which is the ending of the presidency. Ending. So moving on. He'll be moving on, but all is not done yet. I do feel like he's still going to try to sue, and he's still going to try to say there needs to be a recount and things like that, and it brought the ending to the presidency, but not to him. Okay, that does not mean death, actual death for him, but it does mean the end of one era for him. But he will be moving on to bigger and better things. And here is the end of the karmic cycle for him, which is the 10 of Swords, which means the karmic cycle is done. I don't feel like he'll be ever president again, but now I'm saying I'm feeling that myself, but that doesn't mean that he won't, okay? I just don't see it right now in these cards. Again, energies change every day. Every day. Energies change every day. So before you get in the comments and give me a thumbs down and get mad and blah, 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 energies change every day. Why do you think your life is the way it is? Why do you think there's ups and downs every day? There's something different, something coming in. One day you have this, one day you don't have that, because it all has to do with the planets. The planets revolve around and around, and they affect the earth in many, many ways. And we've had one full moon after the other. We've had eclipses. We've had Mercury retrograde all at the same time. Pluto and Jupiter and Venus are here, which brought in the riots, which brought in the virus, and brought in because it affects the lungs. Okay, that's why we had the virus. The virus comes every 100 years when Pluto is here. Okay, and it brings in humongous riots, and that's what's happening now. All right. So, and you can easily Google that, because I think it's on Google if you Google the planets. All right. But this is on the end of the karmic cycle for him that was supposed to be, but now it has switched the other way. All right. So that is what Spirit is saying as of right now. I had to get this out right away. Spirit wanted me to get it out right away, because if I don't do it now, I will lose the information, because they give me tons and tons of information every day as energies change, and it's very hard to keep up with. So do not ever think that this job is easy, because this is not an easy job. All right. You can go watch other tarot card readers that will lie to you or tell you just what you want to hear, or don't read reversals, because that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, or read out of a book, or claim to be that they talk to spirits and really don't. But if you want to hear the truth, I'll always tell it to you here. All right. So one day, like I said, one day one thing can be one way, and then the next day it can change due to the planets and due to what other people do. If people are doing spells and stuff like that, they can easily sway things to go another way. All right. So believe it, don't believe it, that's up to you. And anyway, for all my followers that have supported me so far, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.